Hello, internet friends. I'm going to tell you about an interesting conversation that I had with a lady I ran into at the grocery store. Believe it or not, at the grocery store, people are talking about immigration and how pissed off they are that there's so many people flooding into the United States right now. So this lady, she's Russian, even though she was American born. I guess her parents, they came here legally according to her and got citizenship. And she's married to a Mexican national. Now the Mexican national husband, he's in Mexico, and for some reason he can't get U.S. citizenship or something like that. I didn't want to ask for the whole story because there's always some sort of sketchy underlying story that people don't want to tell you about. Anyway, she said that the last time that she was in Mexico, she said that people were being stopped about every 50 miles or so by the government or government officials or police or whatever you want to call them to check in people's nationality to see if they had their passports on them and if foreigners have visas. So they're really strict about that. She said that she was on a bus, and she didn't explain what kind of bus, but she was on a bus with her husband and her children, and all the brown people had to get off the bus and the white people had to stay on the bus. And so people who looked Mexican basically got off the bus, and people who looked like foreigners, as honkies, stayed on the bus, and everybody had their passports checked and visas checked. Not like here in the U.S., you're free to roam without anybody checking your papers, so to speak. She said they're very strict about if you're supposed to be in Mexico legally. So that really begs the question, how are these foreigners, like from Africa and places that aren't even connected to the mainland parts of the North and South America, how are they getting into Mexico? Who in Mexico is letting these people in? So that this invasion is on purpose, if you haven't figured that out by now. I'm sure you have. Something, what's interesting is that normal people who love Trump and they're watching either Fox or CNN, they're getting it. They're saying, oh my gosh, what is going on here? Why is there so much foreign immigration from the south of the border? Why isn't the government stopping that? And so anyway, I explained to this lady. This lady said that she really liked Trump and he was doing a great job. And I said, well, Trump can stop immigration immediately, and he can deport any class of people he wants to immediately. And she was really surprised. I don't think she really even knew what kind of power the president has. And, a lot of people cry about the Japanese internment camps. Well, those were actually pretty legal because the president has the power to say that any group of people in the United States is hostile to people of the United States, and they need to be rounded up and either put in concentration camps or kicked out. And now that I say that, I'm like, does that mean we're going to have a president that's going to say that white people are hostile and white people have to be put in concentration camps? Wow, kids, can the president say that American nationals, white Americans, can be rounded up and put into concentration camps? Holy cow. Well, I'm going to have to definitely look that up and see if that's even legal. Because if there's some guy named Juan Castro, who's, I think he's from Mexico, who's running for president. And we have so many Hispanics in the U.S. Now, granted, not all Hispanics are the same. They're different, but they're going to be more likely to side with their own kind before they side with any other group. They're not going to side with Africans. They're not going to side with black people. And they sure as hell aren't going to side with white people. Anyway, so I kind of think that this Juan Castro guy, if that's his name, he has a chance. I think he does have a chance. I think that if he doesn't win in this election, I think he will win in the next election. Julian Castro, not Juan Castro. All right, internet friends, thanks for watching.